This channeling represents beings from astral planes and beings who are incarnated on this planet, the highest self of the channeler, Sananda Kumara, and many other beings and entities that are at service of the evolution of humanity. The way of speaking and the tone of voice might be disturbing for those who are not used to it. Perceive the energy and frequency behind each entity that presents itself to assist you and your ascension, as well as the evolution of this planet. So be it and so it is. We wish you an excellent experience.
All the old stories you heard in your childhood, they are not real. All the stories even your family members told are real are not real. The stories you listen from past lives, they are not real as well. And when we say reality, it's not to say that there is no truth into them. What you describe as reality is just a combination of perception. What we call reality, it is the absolute. It is the truth in all things. And in the truth in all things, it is also the distortion. The distortions of framing of reality. A movie, it's showing you an adventure, a journey, a fantastic reality. But it's a very specific frame, a square, a rectangle. If it points back, you see all the cast and crew, all the set, all the technologies, all the mundane will be there. But the mundane in the movie set is being totally ignored, rejected, in favor of a frame. So, in that sense, we're talking about that the totality of the experience of the truth escapes all of you in all of your framings of reality, including past lives, mistakes, and experience. It is as fake and limited as that frame in the movie. It can create a very vivid story. It can create a very vivid reality. You can even believe, if you are ignorant, that that thing and the screen is the reality. It can be so profound, the hypnosis of it, that maybe from now on you believe that that is how things actually are. Some of you extract romantic advice from romantic movies in Hollywood. Others of you believe that romanticized past in historical movies, it is how it was the past. In many ways, you can take those pictures and framing of realities as the truth. But they are all distortion. They are not the real thing. So when you remember your past, your experiences, how it was your life, it is not the truth. It is as real as those fiction. And everything that is left out is telling a whole different story. The hundreds and hundreds of craftsmanship, people that is building up the set, all the technologies that is being used, all of that is hidden from your eyesight. So when you perceive your reality and you believe this is me, this is my life, or when you look back in the past, even a week ago or a month ago, you're not including all the orchestration, the hundreds of entities pushing and pulling string, all the vectors of reality pushing you in a direction, pressing and compressing you, bringing you down, bringing you up. It is as much of a fantasy as a Hollywood movie. In the same way, those past incarnations, those belief systems, those traumas that they created are so distorted, fake, unreal, as to take a movie as reality, to create conclusion of right or wrong from a movie. It is infantile. Some of you even give credit to the character in a movie, completely forgetting that those words never belong to the character or even the actor, but for the screenwriter. Someone, somewhere created those stories, have dialogues about it, and put those lines there. But then you see hundreds of thousands of supposedly mature human beings attributing the source of that sentence to a fictitious character. And this is happening every day, all around you, all the time. Completely ignoring and bypassing the truth of life. So every time you remember the past life, or events from this life, you have the tendency to be blind-sided. You not acknowledge that some sentences and knowledge came from elsewhere. Another entity, another being. You not perceive that maybe you are being influenced by old lives and experiences, your ancestors, family members. You not see those gates of energies, those strings of light. You not remember the angelic force in your shoulder. You not see the demonic influence. You not see the elemental force. You not remember the systemic energy entering into the soils of your feet. As much as when you see the movie, you are completely in denial of all the crew around that so immersive moment. And you want that in a movie. You want to get lost in the story. You want to get lost in your story. You want to believe your character. This is as much a Hollywood, a movie set, as a movie, but you treat it as reality. And you treat those very narrow, limiting perspectives of past lives as real. And you treat all of those people perceptions, ancestors, even yourself, as real. And you treat them as dignified sources of truth, as much as a character in a movie. You shouldn't. All of the reality it is unfolding around you. It's so much deeper, but you turn a blind eye to it to get lost in the immersion of your character. The subconscious mind, the collective, unconscious, all of those layers, unconscious, subconscious, creative fields, is the crew of the movie. As long as you deny the crew, you will keep mistaking Hollywood mumbo jumbo, crap, fantasy, ship entertainment as life advice. We are not criticizing the movie industry. We're not trying to induce you to believe there is no good in those storytellings or beauty. We are being emphatic to create clarity. It's a beautiful form of entertainment. It honors your inner child and elevates your frequency. This message is not to diminish it. It is just to remind you that objective truth, reality, is a very fragmented, flowy concept for the totality of you. There is very, 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 very few among you that can really conceive a glimpse of reality. So be it and so it is. So when you observe the so-called reality around you, be careful not to create this dream fiction of reality as being reality. There is no reality in your experimentation of this matrix. This flow conscious state it is not reality. Of course, this is just a sentence, language, word. It can have different meanings for different people in different moments. This feels real, that is real, that is not real. But behind the essence of it, you humans have the tendency to believe what is real. You would say, who I really am, who you really are. What is the reality of facts? What really happened? And you mix it up with the word regal, kingship, royalty. So what is real have more value. You build foundations on what you believe to be real and reality. You have the tendency to try and put meaning into it that should not be there. And then you use those fiction, those fantasies, to decide the nature of who you are, reality, and everything that you experiment. It is a very naive thing of a child to see a movie and believe in everything it is in it, isn't it? You would attribute those qualities to a very young child. A child that sees Santa Claus in a movie and believe that that movie it is actually Santa Claus. You would believe that only a child would imagine that those things are reality. Maybe you'd attribute that to a very ignorant tribeman, to see that thing on the cell phone and believe this is a reality. Tribeman maybe is very smart and intelligent to survive in nature, very grounded or even spiritual, but you'll be totally lost and ignorant about that. So that is the profound of your mistake. When you see your life and the experiences you have, past lives, or someone else's life perspective, and take it as true. Because unless you are there, in that moment, having their experience from a holographic perspective, where you can see it all and understand it all, you can actually see the truth. So the only thing they can share with you is fragments of reality. Is their fragmented perception of reality. The human mind is so simplistic that it is binary. It divides things between right or wrong, good or bad. It is in a state of division, polarity, to create contrast and make decisions. So by design, it takes 1,000 moving pieces and simplify it in two. And one usually is preordained bad, no, and the other one is a preordained yes, I want that. It's biased in the car. So by nature it's very, very fragmented. This is not a criticism. It is just a simplification by design to a higher form of consciousness to be able to interact with a very complicated matrix of reality. This is a stage of the evolutionary path of a consciousness downloading itself into what you call reality. The real process of evolution, it is to go through this simplification. And as you progress through the matrix of reality, to transcend it. Like a child that believes the movie, the game, the story to be real. And then as it progresses, it starts to understand it is a fiction, a fairy tale. But it still enjoys the art behind it. And then when it's really, really, really mature human being, it knows that it is just an art form, that there is not a source of truth, but it will see that it seeps through the characters, the screenwriters, the storytelling, some deeper intelligence that permeates the whole system of creation. As anything else, it is a vessel of a higher intelligence, a higher consciousness that it is there, playing in the clouds, in the form and shapes of trees. It is there, symbolizing why a specific nut have the form of the brain, and so forth. As you understand those things, then you start to open the door to a multidimensional intelligence. And that is the objective of this channeling and conversation. We're not here to downplay you or to criticize your state. Would you ever criticize a child for believing in a story? Or would you enjoy it and gracefully perceive it? But when the time is right, when that illusion is damaging the child, is diminishing it, hampering its growth, creating more pain than happiness, when it's no longer serving the child, then you come up as a lovely parent, caretaker, to say, hey, let's have a talk. And that is what we are doing. But you are not child in vocabulary. The ones who are listening to this are adults and need to understand with clear-cut precision the ridiculousness of believing those past experiences, those framings of reality, those belief systems, those conjunctures of sensations and emotions and thought patterns from this life and past lives as being the reality. It is way more complex than that. They are extreme simplifications, belief systems and conclusions that go modeling the pathway of growth of a consciousness until it is mature enough to start really understand the deeper complexity of the universal creation. So can it start actually to include the backstage and no longer just think a story on the screen, but a movie set and you are the director of the story. So the storytelling becomes more interactive. You start understanding the dynamics of being the director and everything that is behind the scenes. So be it, and so it is. As your frame of reality may have been cut out to you, implanted, introduced in you, by your forefathers, by your mentors, by other beings in other realities. All of those hundreds of people that are supporting a movie, a story, you are being modeled by all of this. You are an interference in the pattern of creation. You are bits and bytes dancing in the stream of flow in a computer, in a quantum stream of reality. You are not the reality and you are not real, and you will never be, because you don't exist. There is no you existing. What you are is beyond anything you can conceive. You are much greater than this. This is a reduction, a smallness. Imagine, again, let's remember, someone sitting in front of a computer playing a very immersive game. And then you say that that game is the person's life. Would you say that? Would you ever try to be such a gigantic reduction of someone? When the person go out of the game, there is such an expansive reality to go. Again, see the word reality, real. So you are an expression of something else. Your consciousness here is an expression of something else. It is a docking mechanism in a quantified reality. So remember your experience. What is to be a creature, a creation, and now a creature that is dualistic, extremely simplistic in its perception, always receiving that small cuts of perceptions to form some idea of reality, starts to awake to become the creator, the narrator of its own story. It's no longer a creature, it's no longer a thing, it's no longer a docking mechanism. It is the unfolder of reality, the creator of reality. And you understand that by design, you always were like this. The planet, the reality, everything that exists around you was ever your creation. The capacity was always there. But those simplifications, those stories that the kid listen again and again and again, is educating the child. It is simplifying the complex. So there is a momentum of accumulation when the child is mature enough to comprehend to differentiate. So you are achieving that critical mass to receive an upgrade. The child was always capable to understand that the movie is a fiction, but it needed to accumulate a critical mass of maturity. You're always capable of being a God creator, but you were being a creature, a creation to accumulate a critical mass of understanding. So when you look to the past, to all the realities, memories, other people's stories about their traumas, never again get lost in it. Never again believe that if you do that, this other thing will happen. Because cause and effect, it is way more complex than any movie can make you believe, isn't it? It may be a semi-precise picture of one subjective circumstance that may apply in some cases to be true, that conclusion. But the majority of time, every circumstance is unique because there is so much going on under the hood of reality, or what you call reality. There is so much more that you can unconceivably imagine or see. So many vectors and movements that you maybe are starting to awake to see, feel, and understand as you grow in your maturity. So now, when you look back into the past and your experiences, your ancestors, all of those belief systems you once had, your ideas about government, society, relationship, what is to be a human, what is life, what is conscious, what is reality. All of those things that you believe to protect, to defend, to survive, health, decay, death. All of those things that you have so many times oversimplified, dreading or desiring, in duality, in polarity. It's good or bad, oversimplifying things. Now is the time for you to understand that every circumstance in an event is always unique. There is no such thing as one serves all circumstances and all people in all situations. There is teachings like Sananda Kumara gives as love that really helps all of you to enhance your matrix of perception. But it does not mean that this is the end result of you as a creator. It's just a framing. It is not the answer. It's not the reality. It is a very powerful antidote to the ignorance. It is a medicine. It is a way opener. So remember that when you see the past or you hear the past of you and others, don't try to take meaning or reality out of it. Just perceive as a clear-cut narrative that we're trying to put you in a specific path of maturity, either to entertain you or to make you grow enough to start really opening your eye now and forever. So be it, and so it is. As you grow, new eyes will open in you. Eyes that can see the beyond. The players' team. The ones that are organizing the architecture of reality. You start to see the screenwriters and all of those people that are organizing the actors and the cinematography of your reality. You'll be able to start interacting with them for real cause and effect, and really start to comprehend and understand what is unfolding, the events and circumstances, what you believe to be your life or reality. So in a sense, you're going to be revealing the ampler ad spectrum of a movie. You'll be seeing simultaneously the scene and behind the scene. It's a different way of enjoying life because you're no longer just the creature, you are the creator of the creature experimenting itself. So be ready and prepared because the information will start to arrive to all of you in due moment in time. So be it and so it is. What you believe to be judgment or mistakes or wrongdoings are so much different from our perspective. Life events and circumstances is not the same for us as it is for you. And many times the drama and the confusion that you feel is lost to us. Not because we don't care for you, but we just cannot understand. It's like watching the children screaming and talking to the television. The adult sometimes is so far beyond that illusion that escapes the adult how intense may be to the child is experienced. So don't feel afraid or upset with us when things go wrong. Don't judge us or diminish us or yourself. It is just a different experience for the adult and the child to go through a movie. This is way more complex than the example of a child and an adult seeing a movie. But it fits the prerogative that sometimes your drama is lost to us. We're not insensible to your life. We just cannot feel reality in the same way you feel. A director can never get lost on its own story like a child watching the final product in front of a television. Think about it. It will enjoy from a very heightened perspective. It cannot truly go to the drama of the child in the same way the child goes to its drama. So remember it. Remember to be compassionate about you and us. So be it and so it is. As you observe and start to understand reality creation, you may manifest in your reality around you. It will no longer be the same the way you interact with your reality. It doesn't mean that it will not hold beauty to you, but it will be a different form of beauty. The way a movie director appreciates movies is not the same as a child. It doesn't mean that it is ugly what was to be beautiful, or beautiful is to be ugly. It just means that there is different layers of appreciation. There is a refinement. The first wine in a cheap bar, or a sommelier exploring a very expensive wine, it is a very different experience. Maybe it is the same person 30 years in the future. But it will feel good to them equally. But they cannot go back in time and experiment that cheap wine and feel the good that they used to feel. Now, to feel the good, it must have the refinement that they developed. So don't go back in time and try to relive what was to be good to a child that was ignorant. Now you refine yourself too much to go back in time and try to be the same thing. You may keep trying, just to feel the headache of the cheap wine and say, why I used to drink this? Why I even believe this was good? Don't go there. This is nonsensical. Just enjoy the refinement to be achieved by you as you grow and your understanding of what is reality. Now you start to experiment reality from the perspective of a movie director, a creator of your story and narrative. So be it, and so it is. As you grow in your power to create, the experiences may change with you as you downgrade sometimes your perceptions from the perspective of a creature instead of a creator, to fine-tune the barriers of creation that makes things to be interesting to you. Sometimes you go back into the illusion just to go out again a few minutes later, just to recognize the patterns you need to absorb or absolve. Whatever it is, you need to understand that the ignorance will still exist in your life from time to time. You will ignore things in favor of focalizing your intention or your perception. You're not downplaying yourself, it's just immersion. So remember, from time to time, those experiences still may happen in your life, but they have a focal point, an immersion of refining your creation. So be it, and so it is. As your divine self wants you to be, you are awakening to the potential of a creator more and more. And you're refining your capacity of understanding and growing into your own model play of creation. Release all guilt and patterns to the true awakening of yourself as you activate your pineal gland and other aspects of you. They're not real, but they are diagrams of geometry in your field of energy that will awake and heighten perceptions of your reality and yourself. Awaken, awaken, awaken. So be it, and so it is. How it is to feel those messages reverberating in your body. How does it feel, those fields of energy activating something in you that will be reminded later? How it is to see that something in your body is being tweaked and changed by this channeling, whatever you listen to it. When you're listening to it, it will change you because it's meant to change you. If you're not ready, it will not change you. You're being prepared to manifest something different in your reality. And that is where you need to be to receive it. You can share with others, but maybe they will never see it or listen to it. Maybe they're not ready. Maybe they're not meant to listen, but you are. Receive and understand and prioritize your clarity and understanding. Honor yourself in your growth, in your perspective. Honor what you're meant to do in this reality and you're meant to create. Honor your achievements and your development. Never diminish yourself in front of reality. Don't take the reality as the truth of you, ever again. Don't see the results of reality as being the truth of you. The unfolding of the story as being the truth of you. The actor may be in misery in that scene. He's even the poor man sitting on the streets begging for money. But he's actually a millionaire with a
amazing mansion somewhere, maybe an island, who knows. And there you see him as a beggar. Don't take reality as the significance of you, ever again. Don't misunderstand the cutting of the story of the truth of what is happening. You're no longer a child to believe those things. So be it, and so it is.
As you prefer to downplay yourself, do it consciously. Don't pretend you're small. So be it, and so it is. Ignite your passion for life and for creation, divine child. Honor your ancestors not as the truth, but just elements of your story. Honor everything. Relax and enjoy your reality creation. So be it, and so it is.
As you are here now, comprehend the beauty of you in this spectrum of multidimensionality, way beyond your capacity to see at this moment, but anyway beautiful to see for us. Create with us the divine light in many ways as you can to bring forward the beauty in reality. Enjoy the ecstasy of co-creation as you're being perceived and supported by many angles in your reality, beauty and creation. As a creature and now as a creator, enjoying and developing your skills and capacity to create. As you do that phenomenal change, you enter your fields and you become something totally different of what you were before. Enjoy that. And as you enjoy that, you have to choose and carefully pick your reality and line of creation. If that is your choice, let's say it together.
I ask, I choose, and I allow the divine supreme presence and consciousness of I am, and all its messengers to me, angels, archangels, divine beings of love, light, and harmony, to come and support me in any way, shape, or form it is necessary to magnetize me, to lock me into place, to co-create with divine, the most beautiful reality creation, heaven and earth, the age of dreams, the new earth, our reality of love, light, harmony, unity, delighted consciousness, now and forever. So be it, and so it is.